to take a look at the tail of the tape for Marcos Maidana, who's 26 years of age. Victor Cayo, 25 years of age. You see, Cayo has the height advantage at 5'10". Both fighters made 140 pounds easily. They rehydrated on our unofficial scales. Maidana up to 149. Cayo added 10 pounds. He is at 150 pounds. Time for the rules with our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman.
The Marcos Maidana Victor Cayo fight is scheduled for 12 rounds using the Unified Rules of the Association of Boxing Commissions. There is no 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop the fight. In case the cut is caused by an accidental headbutt, we go to the scorecards if the 4 rounds have been completed, and you cannot be saved by the bell at any round, including the 12th and final round. Bob!
All right, Harold. Victor Cayo making his way into the ring. Very confident. His people say he's a diamond that has been needing polish. They feel that they have it. He's been working with Sergio Martinez, who's right there in the background. Really a talented kid with a great personality, Max, and he's got a lot of physical gifts.
Yeah, he does have physical gifts. The question is, can he be one of these fighters that comes along? Can he be a guy who wins in spite of, at a world-class level, in spite of the technical flaws and a somewhat amateurish style? Clearly, if he beats Maidana tonight, he is one of those guys.
His nickname is Mermelada, which is marmalade in Spanish, because they said he's sweet and smooth. He hopes tonight he doesn't turn into Jell-O from the punching power of Marcos Maidana. Lennox, one of the things that his camp has done in talking with him yesterday, they didn't want to try to change him too much. We talked about the hands down. Isn't it a delicate balance with a fighter to not take away things that he does really well?
No, what you need to do is improve upon what he has. And he has great speed, he has great movement, and he has great punching power. So I think it really comes back, is back to the basic, making sure that he throws great jabs and great left, right, and combinations.
His notable win against Julio Diaz last July in Florida. Diaz well past his prime, a 10-round decision. So Victor Cayo has made his way into the ring, and he awaits his opponent, the hard-hitting Marcos Maidana. And there is Marcos Maidana with his 27 wins, 26 by way of knockout. Max, we go back to last year in California, taking on Victor Ortiz, get dropped right out of the chute in round 1.
Victor Ortiz is a murderous puncher. Short, beautiful combinations. Just a tremendous puncher, and he drops Maidana 3 times altogether. The reason Maidana came back and won this fight, in spite of being dropped, because Ortiz was also dropped, is that when Maidana was dropped, he got up and refused to lose. Ortiz, when the going started getting rough, decided he had had enough. It seems like Maidana never has enough.
And Maidana credited his outstanding conditioning along with his will to get up, and here's how it ended in round number 6. He was able to hurt Ortiz. Ortiz was cut. Ortiz went down. Ortiz elected to not continue. A TKO round number 6 for Marcos Maidana. Well, Maidana acknowledged to us yesterday that Cayo is very fast. He has a unique style, but I can finish him quickly. That's always his mindset for the Argentinian.
Yeah, you know, Maidana's lost 1 fight. That was to Kotelnik. The same Kotelnik, by the way, that Amir Khan very easily beat. And yet, Maidana fights Cayo tonight because Amir Khan's people didn't want any part of Maidana. He's too dangerous a fighter for the very top fighters to get in with. And so he's forced to fight young, undefeated, dangerous fighters in order to get to the top, in order to get to the money fights.
Yeah, because he doesn't bring a big buck himself. 20 fights in Argentina, his homeland, 6 in Germany. This will be his 2nd fight in the United States, and he also has had 1 fight in Panama. Time for the formal introductions. Once again, as we send it up to the ring, and Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the joint here at the Hard Rock Hotel Casino of Las Vegas, Nevada, USA, Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions and Universal Box Promotions are proud to present the main event of the evening. On the line, the WBA Interim World Championship, 12 rounds of boxing in the super lightweight division. Presented in association with Warriors Boxing Promotions and Samson Boxing. Sponsored by Tecate, Cerveza con Carácter, and Hopkins versus Jones Jr. 2. Next Saturday, April 3rd, live on pay-per-view. This bout sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Chairman Pat Lundvall. Executive Director Keith Kaiser. At ringside, the 3 judges scoring this bout on the 10-point system are Adelaide Bird, Bert Clements, and Tom Miller. And inside the ring, your referee in charge of the action at the bell, Joe Fair But Firm Cortez. And now, for the thousands in attendance here at the Joint at the Hard Rock of Las Vegas and the millions watching around the world on HBO Boxing After Dark. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing blue with white, officially weighing 140 pounds. Professional record, a perfect one. 24 fights, 24 victories, including 15 knockouts. From Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic, the undefeated challenger, Victor Mermelada Cayo. And fighting out of the red corner, wearing yellow with green, official weight, 140 pounds, an outstanding professional record consisting of 27 victories, including 26 knockouts, only 1 defeat. From Santa Fe, Argentina, the defending WBA interim super lightweight world champion, Marcos Chino Maidana.
Caballeros, ya vi las reglas los dos en el camerino. Esperé una pelea limpia. Las truzas aquí están un poco altas. These trunks here are a little high here. Quizás que están buenos. Okay, we read it already. All right. Okay, the punches are good here. Okay. Okay, the cup is high. I will give him the warning now. Give me a good, clean fight. Remember, guys, I'm fair, but I'm firm. Touch him up. Okay.
At the conclusion of this fight, Amir Khan will either be much more willing to fight Maidana or much less, or maybe it's Cayo who emerges as yet another legitimate player at 140 pounds.
3 first-round knockouts for Cayo, 10 for Maidana, most of them coming early in Maidana's career. By all accounts, and talking with both young men, we've had a chance to talk with Maidana on a couple of occasions. 2 nice young men squaring off in the ring tonight. They'll show they're nasty with their punches. What's the mindset of Cayo have to be right now? He's in there against a guy he knows Maidana can knock people out. He's got 26 knockouts. Is that just a little bit of cautiousness that you want early on just to get a taste of what the guy has?
Absolutely. You know, you don't want to really get hit, especially in the first couple rounds. And you know the guy has power, so you really is watching out for that power.
Talking with Maidana yesterday, you know, he talked about the fact that he respects all of his opponents, and getting to know him and talk with him, you actually believe him.
Yeah, he's a nice young man and very pleasant.
Maidana, one of 8 children from Santa Fe, Argentina, grew up in a town of about 1,000. Lives with his mom in Buenos Aires in one of 3 apartments that he owns. Cayo, one of 12 children, 6 boys and 6 girls. His dad, a construction foreman. He's earned enough money so his mom doesn't have to work anymore, but he says his goal is to buy them a house.
Maidana comes into this fight with a reputation, the deserved reputation as a puncher. Cayo has surprising power. He doesn't look like a puncher. His knockout record isn't overly impressive, but he is rather heavy-handed for the style in which he fights.
You know, it looks like Maidana's trying to find a way in, but he's getting caught as he comes in.
Maidana trying to throw some hooks to the body. Left hand by Cayo to the body of Maidana. Final seconds of round number 1, scheduled for 12. Marcos Maidana and Victor Cayo. Well, fans, you have a chance to now watch Punch Zone updated as it happens. For those of you on the East Coast, simply log on to HBO.com and keep track all fight long of the Punch Zone stats. And a good first round for Victor Cayo of the Dominican Republic against Marcos Maidana.
Close them up, you close them up when you have them in the ropes. Here, here, and here, okay? He threw all he has. That's it, and there's nothing there. It has no punch. Breathe deeply now. Breathe deeply. You always gotta move your waist, the jab, jab.
¿Cómo? Sí. Pero tenés que pegar más.
You gotta hit more, you gotta throw more.
Vamos,
You're doing good, you're doing good. Let's go straight.
They're talking about this being a step up in class for Cayo and the biggest fight of his career. At the end of round number 1, he wasn't hurt, but he went to the wrong corner. He went to the neutral corner.
You know, we heard Miguel Diaz, very experienced cutman and trainer for Maidana, say, you know, this guy can't punch, just go get him. But, you know, fighters pick up these subtle signals from each other early in a fight. They feel each other's power, they see the way each other moves, and it tells them how much respect early on they need to give their opponent. And so far, at least in the first round, Cayo commanded a certain amount of respect from Maidana.
Well, you know, when you're undefeated, you have to get that respect. There's something about you that, you know.
But I think what do you think he's shown Maidana so far that's stopping Maidana from giving him the bum's rush?
Well, Maidana hasn't found it easy to hit him. And I think that's kind of messing him up a bit.
Yeah, like that movement right there, Lennox.
The movement, the quickness, and he hasn't really got used to the body rhythm yet.
Although here we see Maidana getting a little more aggressive.
You know, he's trying something new. But Cayo definitely needs to throw that jab a lot more. He's not throwing it enough. And he has the speed and the quickness to be able to be really effective with that. Most of his punches right now are really looping punches and need to be a little bit more straighter.
The other thing about Cayo coming into this fight, makes a lot of technical mistakes. But it's not as though Marcos Maidana is, you know,
Whitaker?
Donald Curry or some great, that's more obscure, I guess Purnell's a better reference, right? He's not some technically perfect fighter. He himself is an awkward, roundhouse punching kind of fighter at times. He's not best situated to take full advantage of all Cayo's mistakes. Not Timothy Bradley or Devin Alexander.
Cayo hooks to the body and then goes to the head. Maidana blocking a lot of that, although the right hand did get in.
Cayo's elected to go forward. I think he senses something or sees something that he can expose.
He slaps a little with his punches.
Well, he needs to close his hands a bit more. You know, when a man's loose, he's got his hands down. One thing he needs to be reminded of is to keep his hands together and close his fist, especially when he's throwing the punches. Some referees will warn you.
Break!
Cayo doesn't mind mixing it up either.
Cayo needs to keep his hands up a little bit more, especially up against the ropes. You don't want to put your hands down and be up against the ropes, because when you want to move, you have no place to move and your hands are down.
Oh, and he got dropped by a left right at the bell. And it's counting.
5.
First time he's ever been down. I thought that came after the bell.
8. 9. Okay, de esquina.
Oh, that one is close.
Cayo still looks a bit wobbly on his feet.
There was no intention there from Maidana. No. They were in the middle of an exchange when the bell rang.
Exactly. The punch is on its way. The bell is ringing. You can't stop it.
And it didn't appear to me that it landed because Cayo relaxed. It landed because, as you guys were pointing out, Cayo had his hands down.
Gaby, estás acá. Escucha. El vocal. Con el jab.
Listen.
Con el jab.
Listen,
No ves que le está ganando la pelea. ¿Qué mierda se cae ahí? Con el jab y movete. No te fíes de lo que te pega en la nuca.
Don't worry about that punch to the neck. He's hitting him in the neck. What's wrong? Joe, please, he's hitting him in the neck. Please control it. Please control it. He hit him after the bell and he hit him in the neck. Come on, it's 3 times. 3 times. What's up with that?
You go out there, you pay attention.
Vamos, papi. Seguí con el jab.
Here we take a look at the punch that...
Well, you heard the bell before the punch landed.
But Cayo didn't react as though the bell had an influence on his behavior at that moment. He reacted to a left hand that landed because his face was exposed.
And the camp, Gabriel Sarmiento, the trainer for Cayo, complaining that Maidana's hit him behind the neck. Well, part of that has to do with Cayo kind of moving around and dipping all over the place. It's not like Maidana's purposely trying to hit him behind the neck. But see how he dips down right there?
Cayo, even as he gained confidence in the second round, was really exposing his chin when he was digging in like that with those uppercuts and hooks.
Maidana with a loaded up left hook that missed.
And while Maidana is a puncher, as I mentioned, Cayo is fortunate not to be in with a Timothy Bradley or a Devin Alexander fighting in this kind of fundamentally unsound style. This with a lot of fighters out of the Dominican Republic. He's talented, Cayo. You see he's talented, but the technique is not there. It's not. We've seen fighters from that part of the world, from Cuba, from Puerto Rico, come out with much better technical skills than we've seen from most fighters out of the Dominican Republic. Not the same emphasis on boxing.
When boxers look at particular styles and they look at their heroes, like for me, Muhammad Ali was my hero and I loved his style, and his style worked for me. And it's important to grab something from a boxer that you love, from one of your heroes, and take it into your fold and into your style and use it.
So you're saying that it's not just that maybe they're not the same level of trainer or same emphasis on boxing, but without those great fighters to emulate, that Dominican fighters are less likely to succeed?
Right. You need to see somebody that you respect and love.
Good right hand.
This is where Cayo needs to put his hands up.
He almost bounced into the left off the ropes. There's the bell to end round number 3. Good end to the round for Marcos Maidana. Now a controversial end at the end of round number 2. Let's listen again for the bell and that left hand that dropped Victor Cayo. Punch clearly came after the bell. You can hear it there. And the camp of Cayo complained that the punch came in the back of the neck. Well, he was kind of dipping down, though. You're throwing a punch. If the guy's going to dip down like that and lean forward,
yeah,
it's pretty hard to redirect the punch, isn't it?
No, it wasn't an intentional.
And I want to amend what I said a little bit. It does seem to me that the punch was not started until after the bell sounded. But when a fighter's in the middle of throwing a combination, I imagine it's not always so easy to stop that last shot because the bell sounds. Lennox?
Right, no, I agree totally.
We began in round number 4, Marcos Maidana and Victor Cayo. Time for Harold Lennerman's unofficial scorecard.
Okay, Bob, I got it 30-26. 3 rounds to nothing, Marcos Maidana. You know, Bob, he's got tremendous defense. I mean, Victor Cayo is a guy that lives on the edge. He keeps his hands down all the time, even when Maidana is flurrying. On the other hand, Maidana, the arms high, the elbows in tight, and in round 1, even though Cayo had a better work rate, I thought Maidana blocked a lot of his shots and scored some hard ones. In round 2, Maidana gets an extra point for the knockdown, and certainly I thought he won round 3. I got it 3-0, Marcos Maidana.
We're in Las Vegas at the Hard Rock. Bob Papa, Lennox Lewis, Max Kellerman. For HBO's Boxing After Dark, Marcos Maidana and Victor Cayo fighting in the 140-pound weight class. Interim champion is Maidana. 27 wins, 26 knockouts against the 25-year-old Cayo, 24-0 with 15 knockouts.
Lennox, you mentioned earlier, previous round, that you need these boxing role models where you're from to... You know, the best fighter out of DR in recent years has been Joan Guzman. And Guzman, though he was successful tonight against Funica, does it taking a lot of risks, not fighting the most technically sound fight. He fights in a kind of better version of this Cayo style. You know,
and Cayo keeps complaining that he's getting hit in the back of the head. Now, Maidana did it right there, but a lot of the time, Cayo is dipping down and causing that to happen. Maidana blocked that combination with his forearms and gloves.
See, I like that about Cayo. Cayo will come after you. He'll look like he's, you know, running away and staying far from you. His hands are down, and all of a sudden he'll elect to go forward, which is good.
Chopping right hand by Maidana, a left and then a right again.
There's raw material there with Cayo, obviously.
See, this is where balance is a key for either fighter. You know, if one fighter has better balance, they'll get through with better punches.
Maidana resets with a jab.
Break. Let's go.
A lot of that getting blocked. And then Maidana gets Cayo between the ropes and then throws a punch at him.
That was a bit dirty by Maidana. Guys, upper bodies all the way through the ropes, and Maidana tried to take advantage with a right hook.
You know what it is? You have to protect yourself at all times. The referee's in there to protect you. So, you know, at that point, that's where the referee was on time. Nobody got hurt.
Tune in on Tuesday, April 13th for the next Real Sports. This special boxing edition investigates the passing of former champions Alexis Arguello, Arturo Gatti, and Vernon Forrest, who all died sudden, violent, premature deaths within months of one another last year. April 17th, World Championship Boxing brings you a split-side doubleheader with international flavor. First up in Montreal, Canada, hometown favorite Lucien Boutte defends his 168-pound title against hard-hitting Edison Miranda. Then from Atlantic City, New Jersey, middleweight champion Kelly Pavlik faces Sergio Martinez.
You're not trying to be careful. He's throwing hands at the end. Come on, baby.
Round number 5 begins in the scheduled 12-rounder between Marcos Maidana in the green and yellow against Victor Cayo in the blue.
Not sure where that left hand landed by Maidana, but it seemed to thud.
There's a right cross by Maidana. Cayo blocked some of it. Get the feeling that Maidana is starting to find the zone a little bit, Lennox?
Well, he's settled down a little bit. You know, he's trying to work different things. But Cayo's a difficult opponent. He's not there, and sometimes he's there. He's not easy to hit. His defense is kind of weird, but he blocks your punches, throws punches, and he gets through with punches.
Oh, good left hand by Cayo.
Got those long arms, Cayo, too.
Not only long, but they're heavy. There's power behind them.
Yep.
And Maidana tries to dig in and go to work.
And he has the temperament of a real fighter, Cayo. For all the technical mistakes he makes, for the fact that his basic style is a hit and miss style, wants to hit and not get hit. You see him here pressing the action when he feels like he has the advantage, and he's going toe-to-toe at times with a dangerous fighter, Maidana, and getting the better of it right now.
Maidana counters with a left and then a right to the body against Cayo.
See, Cayo really stands still and puts his face out there in the way. When really,
left hand by Maidana.
Really needs to keep that hand up a little bit more. See, when you're used to keeping your hands down, all of a sudden the guy throws a punch, your hands are down, and then when you go to move, your hands are still down, but you can't move anywhere and you get hit and hurt.
And it's a shame, Lennox, because we see Cayo has some very good defensive instincts, and he's worked on some very good defensive maneuvers, making Maidana miss in the middle of the ring. If he were to keep his hands up and correct some of those mistakes, he'd be very difficult to hit.
Well, at least one hand up.
They both exchanged big shots in a testament to Rock'em Sock'em Robot here in round 5.
See?
Not always pretty, but a good fight.
The heck with the jabs. Let's just throw power shots, shall we? Oof. Right hand to the body by Maidana. Good left to the body by Cayo. Nice combination by Victor Cayo to end the round.
Maidana gave Cayo a look at the end of this round like, this kid is for real.
Dry him up, dry him up. Seca.
Jógate, papi. Jógate. Está jodido el otro de físico. Saca ráfaga nada más cuando quiere cruzarse. Solamente
time to take a look at the punch zone and the shots that have landed on Victor Cayo to this point, and you see that Maidana has landed 32 to the body, 73 to the head. And neither man has really used their jab very much. It's power shot after power shot.
No te muras. Él solo va a entrar. Él solo llega solo. Va a llegar solo. Después vas arriba.
Keep your hands up.
Okay, now seconds out. Let's go. Let's go.
Get set for the start of round number 6 between Cayo and Maidana. Cayo was down near the end of round number 2, right at the bell from the left hand. You know, Max, we started the night at 135 pounds. We showed the graphic of, you know, the lightweight division. Then before this fight, we showed the 140-pound division and how talented it is. When you think about the landscape of this division, look at the talent, not even at the top of the division.
I'm impressed by Cayo. He is competing. I mean, he's getting his head handed to him a bit here at the moment, but he's competing with a top 140-pounder with all the technical flaws he has. He's doing it on talent and moxie and some technical improvement from the last time we've seen him.
Maidana just missed that right hand as Cayo backpedals away.
He's taken a beating in this round so far. He looks hurt.
Good right hand by Maidana.
Cayo has to really Cayo has to really hold on right now and keep his hands up because he doesn't look
body shot
well on his
drops him.
feet.
Hook right to the body. From Cayo.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Ain't not gonna make it. A blistering body shot by Marcos Maidana drops Cayo. In round 6.
Too much too soon for Cayo, but I'm impressed by his performance. I'm impressed by the kind of natural stuff he has. And Maidana, meanwhile, knocks off another prospect, an undefeated kid who showed up to win. Coming off his knockout win over Victor Ortiz, Maidana making a hell of a case for himself at 140 pounds.
According to Punch Zone, in that round, Maidana landed 10 body shots, including the one that finished it off. The impressive thing about Maidana, he didn't have a guy right in front of him. He had a very awkward style, and he was able to figure it out and let his heavy hands do the talking as he gets knockout number 27. Take a look at it, Lennox. Perfectly placed body shot. Right hand, right to the midsection.
And that was on the belt.
The solar plexus shot.
Yep. Take a look at it. Right again, right here. Right hand's going to come in. Boom. Hey, right above the belt. And he took the wind and the undefeated record of Marmolada and threw it out the window. Maidana, 28-1, 27 stoppages.
Like a nice through jelly or marmalade, maybe.
Well, he made Marmalade's legs like jelly with that body shot.
And let me tell you, this is not bad for Cayo. This is just really back to the drawing board. And, you know, this is only one defeat. He can look at this fight as a learning experience and come back from it.
For the official time of the stoppage, to the ring once again, and Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the Hard Rock of Las Vegas, this contest comes to an end as referee Joe Cortez counts to 10. The official time, 1 minute, 38 seconds of round number 6. The winner and still WBA interim super lightweight world champion. His record now, 28 victories, 27 KOs, Marcos Chino Maidana.
It wasn't easy, but he figured it out with the awkward style of Cayo, and it was a perfectly placed right hand to the body that finished him off in round number 6, literally took the wind right out of Cayo. As we take a look at the judges' scorecards, and 2 of the 3 judges had Maidana ahead. Thomas Miller had it 47-47, even with Cayo going down at the end of round number 2. So, for all intents and purposes, he had Cayo winning the fight. Let's take a look at the final Punch Zone numbers. As you see to the right, the punches landed on Cayo, 42 to the body, including that right hand that won it. 129 total connects for Maidana. Cayo landed 101 punches, and of those 101, only 9 went to the body. Marcos Maidana gets yet another win and another knockout. He's with Max Kellerman.
Congratulations, Marcos, on a sensational knockout win. Let's start at the beginning. What did you see in the first round from your opponent?
Bueno, él estaba muy difícil, muy movedizo y no pude conectar mi golpe. Yo salí también a buscar el knockout y bueno, cuando fui al rincón Miguel Díaz me tranquilizó un poco y
it was very tough, and he had a lot of movement, and I was going out looking for the knockout punch, but when I went back to the corner, my corner told me to calm down.
The movement seemed to be giving you problems at times. How much trouble was he through the early rounds?
Bueno, sí, los movimientos de él, la velocidad de las manos me complicaron un poco, pero bueno, yo trabajé bastante en el gimnasio para esta pelea con mi entrenador Cristian Maravilla y Miguel Díaz. Buscamos eso y
yes, his movement and his hand speed, it was very fast, but we worked in the gym. We worked a lot with Gabriel, with Maravilla, and we worked on it very well.
You seemed to start breaking him down. There was the moment in the second round, I believe, where you knocked him down with a hook that landed after the bell. Did you hear the bell? Why was the punch thrown after the bell?
Bueno, no, la escuché, pero fue sobre el momento. Cuando yo saqué el golpe, sonó la campana, así que no fue intencionalmente.
I heard the bell, but it was in the moment, and I threw the punch before the bell, and it wasn't intentional.
As you started breaking him down, he started to go toe-to-toe more with you. What were you thinking at that time?
Bueno, ahí me gustaba a mí que se faje, que se prenda, pero bueno, luego él seguía caminando y no me dejaba descargar mis golpes.
I like that, but then he kept on moving and he wouldn't let me unload.
The body shot was awesome. Looked like a solar plexus shot. Tell us about it.
Bueno, sí, el golpe yo estaba buscando, Miguel Díaz, el rincón me mandaba a golpear abajo y yo buscaba golpear arriba, pero bueno, cuando fui a golpear abajo lo conecté.
That's what I was looking for. Miguel Díaz told me to go to the body and then up top, and that's when I went to the body.
Okay, so now you've knocked out, as we're watching here, yet another prospect after you knocked out Victor Ortiz. It seems as though Amir Khan, his people don't want any part of you. Who do you want next?
Bueno, a cualquiera. Estoy bien preparado para pelear con cualquiera. Ya veo que los boxeadores no me complican los movimientos, así que a la larga lo termino noqueando. Así que en la 140 en la MB hay una pared con el interino ahí. Tengan cuidado, no se vayan a chocar.
Whoever it is at 140, and obviously we saw that movement is not a problem for me, and we're prepared, but whoever comes out at 140.
Congratulations, Marcos.